get to it. These guys don't want to wait. They can't wait. Shaheem Reed, Rap on Wrestling Podcast, here with Nick 816. I'm loving the new background. Young
Yes,
Nicholas,
sir.
E. Willis here, of course, and we got our brother from another dip. He's on here. What's up, my brother? Special guest for the week. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Been looking forward to this to chop it up about some wrestling.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
to it. So I know y'all got a lot of thoughts on Survivor Series. It took place. It took place on November 29th, Saturday, San Diego. John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Nikki Bella versus Stephanie Valkyrie for the Women's Championship. Then it was the Women's War Games, the Kabuki Warriors, Lash Legend, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Io Sky, Mommy Rhea Ripley. Then on the men's side, War Games, we had, and there was no traditional Survivor Series match, which they had one, but it was on Friday for SmackDown, which I think all of us have been on record saying we missed the traditional Survivor Series matches, and why don't we just have a full Survivor Series card dedicated to those matches? It's fallen on deaf ears, unfortunately, but we'll speak on that again sometime. But on the men's side, it was Division, which may or may not include Logan Paul full time. Paul Heyman danced around when asked if Logan Paul was officially a member of the Division, but Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar against Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, the Uso brothers, Jimmy and Jay, and Roman Reigns. Fellas, I'm hearing and seeing a lot of complaints today about Survivor Series. They say it fell flat. Will, Nick, the last time we talked, we said that basically Blood and Guts is War Games. That's the AEW version of War Games. And we said that looking at what AEW, the product that they put out for their Blood and Guts, they gave us what we want in War Games. We don't want just like a little trickle down of blood that Cody Rhodes had, or we don't want the little trickle down of blood and they got to stop the bleeding or CM Punk had. We want to see Crimson Mask. You want us to get in that setting. We asked y'all for just regular Survivor Series matches, right? We ain't say, we ain't dissing War Games, but I don't, we don't need War Games every year. We want traditional Survivor Series matches. But if y'all gonna give us War Games, we want War Games. Cause with me, I grew up watching the Road Warriors taking a spike to somebody's head, pause in War Games, and Tully Blanchard losing about 10 pints of blood in War Games, and Dusty Rhodes bleeding like he just got chased by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like I grew up on that. So when I think War Games, that's what I want to see. And I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion, WWE War Games, it probably was the weakest of all the big four this year. To me, it was the weakest of the big four this year when you factor in Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and then Survivor Series, which is big four. I thought it was the weakest of the four. I made a joke. I sent the group text to everybody. It was like 10:19 p.m. and it was over. They didn't even go to 10:30 or 10:45, which they usually do. It was 10:19. I was like, yo, guys, it's only 10:19. If this was AEW, we would just be on the second match of the pre-show right now. So, I was making a joke, but AEW, they stole the show. In my opinion, they stole the show with Blood and Guts this year. I was disappointed in Survivor Series. I didn't like the ending, and I thought the card was too short. Just 4 matches is not enough. And man, I was
And one of the matches I could care less about. I'm sorry, I love Stephanie, but that's the match.
Yeah.
I don't care, man.
I really was only counting 3 matches because I never want to see Nikki Bella in a wrestling ring again. I
Yeah.
just feel as though like it's just why are you here?
You know what I think they did it for, right? I think they did it because she used to date Cena. So it may be Entertainment Tonight or Extra or somebody will pick up on it and maybe talk about it, but they laid the egg.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
hey man, I'm gonna be honest. Nikki Bella is beautiful.
Very
She looked
beautiful.
she looked she looked amazing last night. I have no problem looking at Nikki Bella in any shape, form, or fashion. She's
Hey
gorgeous.
man,
listen,
I you know, she's one of the legends. If we're talking about wrestling.
bring back managers. Let her be a manager.
that's what I'm gonna say. If we just want to look at people, right? That's what Instagram is for. Like once you get in that ring, I want to see you perform at a relatively high level. And she just never she never did it for me. Right. Because we went from Lita to Stratus, and then you usher in like this Nikki Bella era, and it's kind of like it never lived up to me what we got previously from the Jacquelines, from the Trishes, from the Tori Wilsons. Like those, like they looked good, but they really went in that ring and did something, right? Nikki Bella's just always been kind of just like there to me. And it's kind of like, okay, cool, you're cute, but what more do you have? Right. Same thing with, previous wrestlers, from the past. Like me personally, like Emma, I was a big fan of Emma when she was in WWE. Cool to look at, but when it kind of got in the ring, it's just kind of like, I would like
Mm.
this is this. Like, if you're just something to look at, then great, be a manager. But once you get in that ring and you tighten up them boots and your music hit and you are the star for however long your match is, I need you to play up into that star role. And to me, Nikki Bella just always makes that mark to me. I mean, honestly, I would have preferred to see Brie Bella back rather than Nikki. Brie to me is just a better in-ring competitor rather than Nikki, but I think that's more of maybe a politics thing than anything else. So
I think the women's tag team division could use both of them together. I
There
think
you
they could.
go.
I think they could definitely use an injection of the Bella twins. Because there's not a lot of tag teams. You got Charlotte and Alexa Bliss that's kind of thrown together. I'll take Kabuki Warriors, who are the champions, as a traditional tag team because they've teamed a lot. It seems like they're trying to put Lash Legend and Nia Jax together. But other than that, it's not a lot of female tag teams. So the Secret Service, I don't know. So I think they could use some injection, some fuel injection, if you will,
Yeah.
from the Bella twins. And when we look at the women, like you said, Trish Stratus, who most recently came back, she's operating on a very high level. I think we last saw her at Elimination Chamber, and
yeah,
she still could go.
yeah,
She
absolutely.
still go.
Hey, Brie wants to come back. She said it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's not up to her. It's not up to her husband's boss either. It's up to the other people, and they being petty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
But
you said a lot.
I wouldn't mind seeing Brie Bella versus Tony Storm. Definitely wouldn't mind seeing that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Cool.
and AEW, and not to the harp on things, but from the eye test, they treat legends a little bit better, like how they let Sting go out. Even with the Rock and Roll Express, the way they came in and have been used at different times. Like legends get respect. Ricky Steamboat even, when he made his appearance. So at Blood and Guts. So it
Big up
wouldn't be a
to
bad idea.
Hey man, real quick, big up to Rock and Roll Express. Of course, one of my favorite tag teams growing up. And I met going to I think it was going to WrestleMania. I met Robert Gibson at Burger King in Hartsfield International Airport, early morning flight. He was super cool. And I had a chance over the weekend. I just was, I had a little break. I'm being nostalgic. Yo, if y'all ever get a chance, go back and watch the Rock and Roll Express against the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Arn and Ollie Anderson in the steel cage for the tag team belts.
That's a good one right there.
That match was probably about 40 years ago in the 80s, and it still stands up. Hot tags. Ricky Morton knows how to take a beat down like no other. Robert Gibson with the hot tag. Arn Anderson and Ole Anderson, tag team specialists working on one part of the body for the whole match. Really dope, random. So no, to nobody's surprise, I don't think we were surprised that Stephanie, she's been on this run and she pinned Nikki cleanly, corkscrew, dive off the top rope for the victory. The match definitely was lackluster. What wasn't to write home about?
I do, seriously, all jokes aside, I want to give Nikki props for one thing. I love the way she sold the devil's kiss in that match. She's so like, and I say that because she made it look like it really hurt. Like other girl, when she do it other times, it's just like, all right, this is something to get the crowd going. They get to see my ass bopping. But Nikki was selling that like she was dying, like she was catching CTE damage to the brain. So I think that's probably the best I've ever seen anybody sell that particular move. And I thought it was dope. So shout out to her for that. I don't want to seem like it was a complete waste or anything.
Yeah, that was a good spot. Even when she took the corkscrew, it's just like it looked good.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad. Let's get to the other ladies match while we on the ladies. The women led Survivor Series off. Survivor Series from Petco Field in San Diego, California. The women led Survivor Series off with the female WarGames match. I stated the teams earlier, and in the end, we had Becky Lynch tapping out to AJ Lee. Drip, I'm gonna start with you, man. What'd you think of that?
I think the match was cool. I'm always here for Io Sky with the trash can over her head, doing something from the top of the cage. That's always a good moment for me. Big Io Sky fan. I like the build of Becky and AJ Lee. I think it's pretty cool. I kind of want to see Becky like step into it more rather than whenever AJ music hit, she becomes like this scared person, like dog, like you can't call yourself the man. I'm the best in all of this. And then when this particular person come in, it's like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Like,
I agree.
You've been kicking ass for quite a while. AJ Lee has been gone for many, many years. If anything, the roles should be reversed. But you can't do that because Becky's a heel, AJ's a face. I think Nia Jax have gotten a lot better in the ring, but I still feel as though there is more there to do. At times she could look a little sloppy with some of her moves. That to me that could be a little frustrating because it's just like I do like Nia Jax and I do be rooting for you, but when you be doing certain stuff, you just be making the fight so hard for me. Lash Legend looks like she belongs there. Lash Legend definitely looks like she belongs there, and I love that. Congratulations to her and Trick Williams as well.
They got engaged, right? They got engaged.
They got engaged. Yeah, congratulations to them.
We know their kids is coming out, male or female. We know their kids is coming out super
2-star athletes,
athletic. Like they might have a kid that'll sweep the whole Olympics.
Right.
Could be a 5'2" Major League Baseball player, quarterback. They might have the next Bo Jackson or Bo Nisha Jackson or something like that, man. Who knows, man? But congratulations to them, and I like the way they support each other, and they've been showing that true love for a few years. Two young stars on the rise, and it's only up from here. So congratulations, both of them. That was really great to see.
Absolutely. Now, I think with the women's match, it gave me what I expected. I expected the spots that I got. I think people like Asuka, Rhea Ripley, they're gonna hold their own. Io Sky's gonna do their thing. As far as the talent in there, I think it was great, but it was just like a little bit more could have been done. Like I feel as though WWE plays it safe with a lot of their matches, and it shows in the product when the match like kind of take place. I think it's time to like kind of take the training wheels off, and make it a little bit more edgy, push the limits a little bit more to what these athletes can do. But it was cool. I'm not gonna sit up here and say it was like my favorite match, but it gave me what I expected.
Yeah, I think they got it. They got to give Io Sky a new spot because she does the same spot every year, and is it's cool to watch, but it's the same thing every year. I want to see something a little bit different.
Yeah, and there's a video going around. The people they were standing around for almost a minute waiting for her to get the guard situation. So they just standing around like this for almost a minute, waiting for her to get that together. And it's like, nah, that wasn't the move. Like I get it, Kofi Kingston trying to make the different kind of athletic leap in the Royal Rumble to stay in, Naomi doing that. But after a while, like Io was so dope. There's so much other stuff she could have done.
Right. I think it's way more she could do. She's the Empress of the Sky. I think it's
a simple moonsault would have been crazy.
Way a JD McDonough type moonsault off the top of the cage would have been amazing.
And
yeah,
my little cousin also brought up something that he notices in these big matches, like the women, the chemistry isn't there all the way. And you see a lot of, I don't know if it's with Charlotte, but you see a lot of them like, and the cameraman sucks. I shouldn't be catching her telling her what to do in the next move in the face.
Hey,
you know
listen,
what I'm saying?
I
shouldn't be able to see like in the beginning of the WarGames match, Charlotte jumped over the rope, so she was in between both rings, and she literally had her foot out for like 3 or 4 seconds, waiting for Asuka to run into it.
That goes to the director too, whoever's directing.
Yeah, and it's like
the cameraman, he got to capture everything, but the director is supposed to cut, and the director also has previews that he could see before he goes to a cut. So
right.
that would be on the director.
And this is not a comparison thing, but like I see the camaraderie, like the women in AEW, they don't have the superstar treatment. So the camaraderie, like they're fresh off the indie, so they still have that indie camaraderie. So a lot of this stuff they've been doing with each other for years. They're just bringing it to TV. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of these women, not to cut you off here, a lot of these women, they've been fighting for years now. And ain't no excuse. Becky Lynch, even though she was Nia Jax been going at it for years, even though they was on the same team. But Nia been going at basically everybody on the women team for years. Her and Alexa Bliss and
it doesn't feel like anybody's happy.
Well, I mean, it's WarGames. They
no. Just overall,
it's WarGames. They ain't supposed to be happy.
No. I'm talking like overall. Like everything is just paint by numbers. Like it's like all right, man. They want us to do A, B, and C, so we gotta just keep doing it. I know they want to do more. I know they want to like.
They want the training wheels off, man. Like really go. But I think that's what. And I understand what he's saying, but I think the chemistry aspect of it, like we were talking about before, AEW has an open locker room. Hey, Mercedes Moné could take on Willow. It's just like it's no box. Like with WWE is, big fan of WWE, been watching it since I was about 3 or 4. But it's a box now. CM Punk is only gonna fight the same wrestlers over and over again. It's like a box of wrestlers that, hey, you are our top guys, you are our face. You guys are always gonna have to kind of like intertwine sometime throughout every show, every pay-per-view. But AEW is kind of like it's a free-for-all. Anybody can fight anybody. when it's just like AEW with WWE, it's just like it gets stale quick because Jay Uso's gonna do the same move set. We know what CM Punk's gonna do. It's kind of like it's nothing fresh and not adding anything new to your move set. And I see you guys do it all the time. What was the difference between some of those guys or some of those women fighting on Saturday than when they did on Monday or Friday? Kind of like you have to get
bro,
something else.
Marina Shafir stepped in glass
Yeah.
and kicked Mina Shirakawa in the face to break up the hole. Like, that's War Games. Like, you mean it. Like, you really mean it. But, you know, and
I think
not
WWE has to meet in the middle. Like
yeah.
I'm definitely not expecting
I definitely don't
nobody
expect that.
in WWE to step in no glass or even have
No.
glass introduced. They can't even do that at the level of commercialism.
My thing is put some filling into it. Put some filling. Like, there's no way, for instance,
we do want a little bit more in War Games for sure.
Yo, when Jay, hold on, when Jay
doesn't need to do that to get over. Like that's the
just wrestle. Put wrestling first.
That extreme, yeah. Just give.
That's all I've been saying for 5 years. Put wrestling first.
Do something different. That's all we ask for. Do something a little bit different. You know,
break up the monotony.
That's it.
What you thinking, Nick? Man, you've been quiet over there, Nick. What you thinking, bro?
I'll piggyback up what Div says. I feel like WWE is gonna play it safe because they know it works. So yeah, I do want to see something different, especially watching it weekly and seeing it. It's a lot of copy and paste. So yeah, for sure. We want to see them like he's saying, take off the training wheels, give some a little bit more edgy that's gonna glue us or a seat for a little bit. And but like he's saying, they're stepping in glass and doing crazy shit over there. I'm like, yeah, I don't think WWE will ever see anything like that. But I mean, we can teeter the line a little bit, keep everybody safe, but give us a little bit more.
I think they should let Cody produce some of these matches, man, because I think Cody he knows that balance. Like, we've seen him do such extreme stuff. I wonder how much input he had as we make a segue to the men's War Games. I wonder how much input that Cody had on where it was going or where he wanted it to go. With that being a match that his father created, we see CM Punk and Braun Breaker, I should say, starting off. I think that was probably the ultimate way to start it off. I mean, I thought Cody would have started it off, but I just thought it was dope to see Breaker and CM Punk, because we know that match is coming soon. Two Paul Heyman guys. The first Paul Heyman, well, not the first one, Brock was it, but Brock is on the other team. But on the good side, on the face side, the first on the face side against the newest on the heel side. And man, Braun Breaker is
next up.
He is it. He is the one. We're gonna fast forward a little bit. They gave him these double team maneuvers, and because Cody comes in, right? And Cody and CM Punk are doing these, paying tribute to some of the great tag teams. They give him a heart attack, right? The Heart Foundation finisher maneuver. Then we see Cody pick up Braun Breaker on his shoulders, and CM Punk gives him the clothesline with Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors.
Doomsday
Device, which they did this. Man, I remember they gave Sting the Doomsday Device on TBS one night, and I thought Sting was done for the rest of his life.
Man, folded him like a book.
Oh, Jesus. Right. Oh, my God. When they gave, and Sting had to wear that neck brace for about a month, and that might have been legit. This guy Braun Breaker, when he flips over, he falls on his head, and they showed it in slow motion. I was surprised that they showed it in slow motion, and it was no give. He legitimately fell on his head, and you could see he was a little groggy. I don't know if he caught a concussion real quick, but it was scary.
Yeah.
It was scary for him, and as you know, just as a human being, you don't want to see another human being hurt. But as a fan of wrestling, you don't want to see a franchise get hurt before he gets the franchise. Like, no, not we don't want to see nobody hurt, but please, not this guy. And
I think when I
5 minutes later, he's shaking it off like it's nothing happening. He's shaking it off like he just got tagged in a game of freeze tag or something like that. Like, oh, it's nothing.
like I was looking at it, looked like they should have been a little further apart. You know what I mean? Like Punk should have been. I mean, not Punk. Braun should have been back a little bit further to catch that impact because he wouldn't have fell on his head. You know what I mean? But shout out to him. I guess he still got that football mentality because, man,
Hey,
like,
what I will say about Braun Breaker, I definitely gave him a couple years, maybe a year or two, before they hand him over the keys. Well, I'm gonna say after watching Survivor Series and just seeing the work he's done, just in the IC title picture, those matches, I can definitely see them giving him the keys at Mania. I wouldn't be surprised at Mania if they put the title on Braun and let him make a run. I think he's amazing. I think his character is just a little bit unhinged, especially when he took the straps off. Then during the finish of the match, he puts the straps back on, then takes them off again. It's like,
I've seen him do that before. It's funny as hell.
he's like, yo, dog, what are you doing? But it works for him. Like it works for him. I think Braun is an amazing talent in the ring, and I don't think he's bad on a mic. Like I think for what he does with the mic, with his character, it works. And the fact that he's attached to somebody like Paul Heyman, who's definitely going to help him develop that character, and just in ring and outside the ring, I'm definitely eager to see what Braun Breaker does within the next 6 to 12 months in professional wrestling. I think
yo,
he'll do some unprecedented and amazing things.
I
Right
I want to
Braun-
see it.
Braun Breaker is walking into WrestleMania as the heavyweight champion. He's gonna
Now,
beat Cena
hold on.
before Mania.
I don't think
Listen,
he walks
listen.
in, but I definitely think he walks out.
Yeah,
I don't-
and that's what I was
I don't
thinking.
see him walking in, but I definitely see him as walking out, and I wouldn't be surprised if possibly he's a face at the time of
And that's what I was
WrestleMania.
thinking.
Yeah, I definitely see him as a face, and he's walking out with that title.
I think somehow
He's a
Brock
face.
ends up.
Who would he fight as a face?
I think
I
somehow
think
Brock.
he should- yeah, Brock.
I think Brock ends up with the title and he takes it off Brock at Mania.
Yeah, I definitely can see Brock winning in that Rumble, and he's kind of like that. What Seth Rollins was supposed to be to the Vision, he's like that because one thing I picked up on, I think this was last week Raw, when Brock fell and he put the hat on Braun Breaker. Did you see the look Braun Breaker gave him?
Mm-hmm.
Like that he looked at him the same way Braun was looking at Seth. Right. So I think that little things like that
Yep.
you could be used as a build-up. So I definitely see Braun coming to Raw, just smacking the hell out of CM Punk, taking the title off of him. And by the way, I hate the way WWE is doing CM Punk, but that is a completely, different topic that we could talk about at a later date. But
Wait. What are you? CM Punk is the world champion. Like he's
I
done.
think it was
CM
very
Punk-
disrespectful to have CM Punk beat Gunther in that type of match, and you keep the title on him for 6 seconds, and then you give it to Seth Rollins. I definitely think there was a whole nother storyline there that could have took place where that didn't have to happen. I think that's a little bit disrespectful. I think CM Punk definitely deserved more than that moment, right? Because we've been waiting for CM Punk to have his moment since he's been back, and he's always come close. He just doesn't get there. Like, to me, you ruined an incredible match with Gunther and him winning the title. And then 10 seconds later, Seth Rollins back, I'm not injured. I'm going to beat you. I think that could have been that moment could have been used on Monday Night Raw and let CM Punk drop it then. Like, you didn't have to let him drop it 10 seconds after winning the title. Like I
Hey,
think it kind of killed the match. It killed the match.
I mean, it definitely killed the match because nobody even remembers that he fought Gunther at SummerSlam, right? Nobody
Incredible
even
match, by the way.
because that
incredible
was
match where he got chopped in the back of his thighs and Gunther was doing crazy. You know what? When it comes to that, I have mixed emotions because I think with Seth cashing in the way that it did, it was such an incredible cash in, like that it's gonna be talked about forever. I think Seth's cash in is gonna be talked about more than Gunther versus CM Punk if they would have just let CM Punk win. And like it was a classic match. I think it was instant classic, but I think that cash in was so unexpected. It was so dastardly, if you will. And I think it fit Seth Rollins' character perfectly to stick it to CM Punk pause just when he was relaxed and he just had a hard fought victory. Like Seth is an opportunist, so he had to cash in at the perfect opportunity when CM Punk is drained and he just lost the Gunther. And I think that reaction that it got from, because I love CM Punk, he's one of my favorites, one of my all-time favorites. And I was excited. I was there. I was exhilarated to see him finally win the belt after all of this, the injury and missing WrestleMania and Drew McIntyre and all the stuff he had to go through. And for him to finally win the belt, it's like, yes. And then that just heartbreaking moment, but exciting moment as well, Seth winning. But I thought it was just the perfect way to give the heartbreak to the fans as well as CM Punk. That's why I didn't have a problem with it.
But you know,
we also got to look at how everything pivoted too due to injury. Because Seth got injured, they wasn't going to jump him out of the division. That the injury is the reason why they did that. So things could have been totally different.
I think they wanted to give. I think if Seth didn't get injured, they probably would have gave CM Punk his championship moment at WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure we would have got CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
Or even a Rumble.
For the belt.
Yeah.
Or even a Rumble, I would have seen too.
I think that's a big problem with the WWE product. You trade in amazing matches for moments.
But that's what Triple H said. He said it's a show about wrestling. It's about the moments.
What they gave us both. We had an amazing match with Gunther. I think that match is a classic. And
like if you have a classic match, you're gonna automatically get the moments. If you have a classic match, you automatically get the moments. But for them and the way their style of broadcast, like even the way it goes off with the credits at the end, it's like a sitcom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like that. I don't need to see Paul, executive producer. We don't care who executive produced the show, bro.
Again, for me, my only complaint is put wrestling first. I understand you got Slim Jim to make happy, you got Prime to make happy, but there's ways to do that. Like you could have had a Prime Survivor Series team where at Survivor Series you could have had a Slim Jim team. There's other ways you could do things.
I don't think nobody wants a Slim Jim.
Yeah, but that's the great way to utilize.
That's what I'm saying though. But like
LA Knight wasn't hard.
Like a lot of people don't understand. Like, just the wrestlers, they really don't care about the titles. They want the TV time. So why not give them the TV time? Is it a pay thing? You don't want to pay, the what is it that we could have had like you have Mello and Angelo Dawkins and the Wyatts, all of them sitting at home. Why they could it's so much you could have done. And
Montez Ford's been at home for a while to me.
Yeah, he just keeps doing his own promo.
What if Montez Ford was the masked man?
That would be the dopest thing they did in a long time. But we know it's not.
We all know it's all theory. What's the theory? We know, guys.
Wait, let's dive a little bit further into the match. So a couple of spots, and the heels actually, to me, dominated this match, which was a little bit,
yeah.
which was more of a disappointment. I didn't see it, besides those two tag team maneuvers I just talked about. I didn't see any type of chemistry on the good guys team, which well, the Usos, they got in some tag team maneuvers as well. They did a one and done. I think they did that to I want to say they did it to Braun Breaker. They did a couple of double super kicks or whatever. So they had a little chemistry, but I'm like, man, Roman Reigns and the Usos, these guys are the bloodline, essentially. You know, these guys have been in war games together. Like I wanted to see more. I didn't even see a lot of interaction with Roman and his cousins. It felt like he was still mad when he said, "I don't want to see you guys till Christmas." I didn't
Yeah, I'm
really
about to
see
say.
too much interaction. I loved how Bronson Reed came in.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed came in 3 tsunamis right off the
That's my boy.
gate.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed, tsunami,
Bronson Reed.
just killing them. I love when Bronson Reed came in. I love when Drew McIntyre came in, and you see him and Logan Paul doing the suplex and flexing, doing the double suplex and flexing their muscles. Showing a lot of camaraderie, showing a lot of chemistry in it. It looked like the good guys were just having the bad guys, the heels, Team Vision, were having just so much fun. And then, goddamn, when Brock Lesnar came in, first of all, Will, get back on the screen, man, because I got to talk to you about this. I don't know where you at, Will.
I'm here. I'm coming.
We was talking about this earlier.
yeah.
Jay Uso comes in, and he's helping his brother, and he's the fourth out of the fifth man. They going at it. Everything is, you know, it's even. These guys are doing 1D, and they have a big advantage on the Vision team. Everybody's knocked out. Everybody's incapacitated on the back. All the bad guys are incapacitated so much where they had time to do the run it back of Jay's It's Just Me U's Day One-ish intro. And we see Jay Uso on the top of the cage. Now, mind you, the War Games match, it starts off with one-on-one for the people who's not familiar. So maybe let me go back. And Nick, maybe we could edit this part into the beginning. War Games, it starts off with one competitor from each team in the ring, and they have 5 minutes to fight 1v1 going at it. Once you then it's this that one team has a advantage where they could send another competitor in next after that 5 minutes. So in this, for both War Games this year, the heels had the advantage. So, and obviously, for most War Games, 99.9% of the War Games, the heels will have an advantage, so they could build that drama up. A heel comes in, and they have an advantage for 2 minutes, and then after that, somebody from the other team comes in, and then they alternate every 2 minutes. And then once all 5 competitors are in the ring, that's when the match actually starts. And it used to be back in the Dusty Rhodes days, it was surrender or submit, where you had to tap out or say, I surrender. And then your team would win if you could make somebody from the other team do that. Now it's simply you could tap out or get pinned. So those are the rules for War Games. And
Hey, Shaw.
yeah.
You know what? Y'all know what to be fire, what they could do to add some spice to that? Start off with everybody in the ring, have maybe 2 or 3 refs, and you eliminate. It could end up being 6-on-1. Who knows? And that you have the right person that's the number 1 against the 6. Remember how Dolph was in that gauntlet match?
That's what I was about to say. That was his Survivor Series match,
Fam.
if I'm not mistaken.
Fam, you made a star. Like, you made a star. If you start with everybody and then it's the 6 Hills and it's the young baby face and he somehow manages to take them out,
Well,
fire.
I think they don't do that because I think they try to keep that for Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, being in a steel, I think it's too close. You're in a steel cage, you get eliminated. It might be a little too close to the Elimination Chamber, but man, I just felt like I didn't see a lot. You have the the top 4 faces: Jey Uso, Roman, Cody, CM Punk. Obviously Cena is in that mix as well. You can interchange Cena with one of those guys as being 4th, and the 4 out of the 5 top faces in the whole federation. And I just didn't see a lot of camaraderie. They ran Jey Uso's music back right in the middle. The guys were so incapacitated on the Vision team, they had time to run Jey Uso's music back. Jey Uso on top of the cage, he's vibing, his brother's dancing. And then I'm looking at CM Punk crazy because CM Punk is supposed to be the leader of the team, and he's taking the steel chair and he's doing the guitar like Hulk Hogan used to do with the steel chair. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, we could do that on Monday Night Raw. We could do it in SmackDown. We could even do it at Saturday Night's Main Event. There's certain PLEs we could do it. But you don't do that in the middle of War Games.
Hey,
You don't
you ever-
do it in the middle of War.
hey,
The problem is 2 of those names that you named should not be faces.
Okay.
Roman Reigns should not be a face, nor should Jey Uso be a face. I'm tired of this Jey.
oh no. Roman ain't the face. He just hate Paul Heyman and everybody on that team.
No,
Roman hasn't changed his stripes. He said that since he lost the belt. He's not changing. He's still who he is. He's just
Roman definitely comes off as a face. Like he's like the Stone Cold face. Like Stone Cold was just Stone Cold, but dog, you're a face.
Yeah.
You're
Roman is a face. Roman is because Roman don't have no business in. I said that he didn't even have any business being in War Games. Like but he's being a hero. He didn't have no reason to be in the War Games except maybe he wanted to watch over his cousins deep down, but he don't like CM Punk allegedly.
That's another story.
He don't like Cody allegedly, and he didn't want to see his twins cousins until Christmas, but he jumped in. Yeah, I guess he saw Brock Lesnar. I mean, I get realistically, if those are my cousins, and I'm like, God damn, these niggas got Brock Lesnar. I can't let them fight Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's gonna kill you. Brock Lesnar's gonna kill those guys.
Roman had his ass kicked by the Vision for a while now, so he definitely needed to be in there. Like Braun Breaker and Braun Supreme has been getting the best of Roman, so it's kind of like, yeah, like you do need to be there, my boy. Like we get your ass kicked.
I ain't gonna lie though, when Brock Lesnar came in, Brock Lesnar is as scary as he has ever been in wrestling. 25 years later, Brock Lesnar, like, seriously, fellas, like,
hey,
you could put Brock Lesnar in any match with anybody and it will not be a surprise. Not just if Brock Lesnar wins, but if it's a squash. Like, I think Brock Lesnar could have a match with Roman right now and it could be a squash match. And I'll be like,
not surprised.
I thought Roman would do better, but damn.
You know what's a tad bit scarier than that? It's this guy that was on Brock Lesnar's team named Braun Breaker, who I think when it's all said and done will be scarier than Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Because Breaker is what, 27, 28 years old only?
He's an undisciplined wild Brock.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't trying to hear nothing right now.
Yeah.
He'll YN. He don't care right now. He's not putting the switch down.
Oh,
What's it? He's like he's like Tommy's nephew in Power. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it, Uncle Tommy. I'm CBR for life, Uncle Tommy.
Hey,
CBR for
but
life.
but if they're smart, they'll play on the whole. I didn't want to see y'all till Christmas. Like Roman ain't the face. He's gonna blame this whole loss on the Usos. He's gonna be like, "Oh,
No, he's gonna blame it on C. So did they?
no. He's gonna blame the Usos." He was like, "I told you the way to do it. It's to be about yourself, but you want to come help these guys." That's his main thing.
it's the fans. You want
We did it your way.
yeah.
When you should have followed me. Like he's gonna keep blaming him. Like
But I never
Hey.
feel as though they could have left Jimmy at home. Like they could have left Jimmy at home with Naomi. He could have rubbed her feet, stuff like that, made an extra play. You know what I mean? Jimmy just needs some time off TV until they figure out what exactly who he is and what he's gonna do.
yeah, I don't
He's
think they
another
have any
one.
direction for him.
Yeah, you're just there. And I'm tired of you just being there. Like, I expect more from you. Either put the Usos back together and let them run that tag team division, or you have to do something. Because Jimmy just being there, it like it kind of takes away from who and what he is. Like every week that we see him and you just continuously come up short, it's just like, bro, come on. Like at what time are
And
we
it's crazy. It's crazy because Jimmy is, to me, I think he's one of the ultimate workers. Like you saw when he got into Survivor Series last night, and whether he was on offense or he was, taking punishment, the guy is so crisp with his moves. Like he's one of the best. Like he could
He
go.
can
Like,
sell. He can sell. His
he could
promo
dish
work
out
is
the
great.
You know who else was a great worker that never worked out for them?
dog.
Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was a great worker, and he just got disrespected over and over and over and over again by WWE. Like Dolph Ziggler,
I think Dolph was the Shawn Michaels shadow. Yeah, I just think
like
it was the Shawn Michaels shadow. He needed to change his gimmick. That's really it. He just needed to change his gimmick a little bit.
Ultimate worker though. You know what I mean?
Ultimate, even when he came back and forth solo.
Yeah, he sold that. He sold that spike, boy.
Yeah,
he sold that spike. I said, man, Dolph is gonna Dolph. He sold that spike. Looked amazing in the loss.
I'm a big fan of these, man.
I surprisingly, I liked, speaking of solo, I did like that match, the MFTs against Sami Zayn and his assortment of friends. I thought
It was okay.
I thought they put on a pretty good match. I just thought they could have had better team for Sammy.
Shot, you know the same way, Shot, you said Cody, they should let Cody produce some matches.
That was
Motor City Machine Guns is one of the greatest tag team. I'll say of this new era, they're right behind the Young Bucks. Let them produce some matches, because when they were in the ring and they move, they're like a poor man's Young Bucks as far as moveset goes for the WWE universe. Like they're very swift. They're really.
Why don't I say they're a poor man's Young Bucks? They're
Well, no.
They're good. They're really good.
They're really good, but the crowd reacts to Young Bucks, and the crowd goes to the snack bar and the merch stand and Motor City is out there. That's the difference.
That's because Motor City they don't have no vibe to them.
And that's the thing. It's how they brought them in. They brought them in. It wasn't with no respect. Like they were them. You should have introduced them like them. Like they had the vignettes.
Like it was a new tag team.
Yeah, like they came right in and beefed with the pretty dandies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
they won the belts off the bat, but I do agree that they should have had some more fanfare, some more.
Because that's the thing, and this is the problem. And this comes back to one thing: the WWE created a universe to where their fans, for some reason, don't understand that it's a world outside the universe. So they keep wishing to get these Moxes back and all of that, but these people had names before they got into the universe. And the style of wrestling that they're doing now is what made them who they are. So why would they want to go back? So it's just like, and especially when you make the money, you can make the same money you made in WWE, but doing it the way that you love. And You got groups like Motor City Machine Guns. You got people like Carmelo Hayes. Like, unleash them. Like, you gotta get rid of this formats where it's 8 main characters and everybody else is in the background, because you already know who's going to lose. Like Penta. Penta's one of the dopest wrestlers on the planet.
His roster of the
Bruh,
we really
he's better than Penta.
Penta was
Who's better than Penta?
crazy.
Phoenix.
Oh yeah, Ray.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Hell
it
yeah.
seemed like it seemed like we was gonna get Ray Phoenix and Penta. We saw them together for the first time,
Yeah.
and Penta injures himself on was it on SmackDown or Raw? He injured himself.
He was raw.
Yeah, he injured himself on Raw. So
His shoulder, something like that.
yeah, so same thing with Seth Rollins. He had the shoulder injury. So the shoulder injury, it could be a week or two, or it could be 8 months. So
hey, you think Don was paying tribute to Penta with his Hurricane Rana off the thing and faking getting injured? I think that was a tribute.
All tribute or a troll?
I don't think it was a troll. I think Penta is one of the greatest luchadors ever, and I think everybody feels bad that he got hurt. I really think that was kind of like a tribute.
Well, before we get too far getting it down, let's finish this male's War Games. Brock Lesnar comes in, dominates everything. They probably, if the match was official at that point, they probably could have won because nobody was kicking out. Suplex City for the whole team. At this point, Roman Reigns not entered in the ring yet, but everybody else on the team was going to Suplex City. F5s to everybody. It was dominant. Brock was all business. He wasn't in there high-fiving and, dancing and all of that. He was in there to kill. He's Predator. He's in there to kill. So much that he steps outside the cage and waits like a minute for Roman Reigns. He's like, yo, I already then annihilated everybody. Ain't nobody left. Roman, he think he the one? Let's get it on. He waits for Roman to come. Roman, the aura god, which I call him the aura god. He comes out and, fellas, I think we all could agree that when Roman steps out, it's just different from everybody. It's just different. It's no words to sing. It's no hand gestures except you put that one up. He comes out, he puts the one up. He gets into business and, he's handling Brock for about 30 seconds. Like, it's all right. Okay, Roman come out. Give him a super punch. It's like, all right, cool. He doing it. And Brock recovers so fast and gives him the F5 through the table. And that shit looked like it hurt for real. Because that table, it wasn't a regular table. Did you see how he bounced? The table broke.
Yeah.
But he bounced off the table while it broke. Did you see that?
Hey, the table broke like it was supposed to be the other table. Like the other table might have been gimmick.
Word, the table broke. And then Brock Lesnar goes back into the ring and just leaves Roman laying down. And it was all downhill from there. Like I thought when Roman got beat down so early, that just set a tone like, ain't nothing y'all gonna be able to do with Brock. No. Like even if it wasn't no match, man, it was nothing they was gonna do with Brock Lesnar. Not in a War Game set.
I mean, no.
Hey, real quick, you know how they could save Jimmy? How they could have saved Jimmy? I get wanting to get the pop of the Roman coming out last. I already knew that was gonna happen. I knew that he was gonna be the last one out. I knew it.
Facts.
But if he would have went second and like had to fight all the way through, and Jimmy be the last one to come in, and nobody expect nothing from Jimmy, and he's the reason they win, that would have been crazy.
I think you put Jimmy in a position to get booed.
Nah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So everybody like, oh man, this is our hope. And he comes in and he saves the day. Bruh. You done made a star. You done gained him some.
I think it's the opposite. I think if they really wanted to make Jimmy, put Jimmy first and let him fight the whole
That's
match.
who I thought was gonna be number one. Like I was kind of surprised. I was expecting Jimmy and Bronson Reed to kick it off. You know what I'm saying? I think for me, that would have made the most sense. Bronson Reed is good, but when you stand next to Bron Breakker, it's like, meh, right? So I think that was Bronson Reed moment to really like get his shit off. And Jimmy needed that time to get his shit off too. Then I would have brought it in like a Bron Breakker or CM Punk. Then you start hitting them with that. Like you have to, I think you should let those guys get a minute to really have their moment. Then you bring on some of the big guns. Like it's cool that CM Punk started it, but we didn't need CM Punk to start it, right? We needed the eyes to be on Jimmy and Braun, even if it's for that 5 minutes. That 5 minutes can make a difference on how somebody walks away viewing those guys, right?
But do they trust Jimmy's stamina? That's the thing. Like a lot has been made. That's the thing about the Usos. They got to get their stamina up because in the ideal world, you start the Usos. Like I want the Usos in first.
Yeah,
I want Jimmy first, and then whoever from the bad guys. And then I want the tag. I want a cohesive tag team in there the longest out of anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's a fact.
Yeah.
I need the Usos to go back to being the Usos. Like I'm tired of I'm tired of I need them to come back with a little bit more edge to them, right? I don't like them as. That's why I didn't like the Usos where they wore the body paint and they did like their little dance and shit like that before they got to the ring. Like it was cool. Like, oh, great. But I like the Uso penitentiaries. Like, bring me back that. I think certain wrestlers just need to always have that edge to them. It just works out better for them. Like, it's hard being a face. And we see that with Jimmy. We see that with Jay. Like, nah, we need that edge back. Like, we need the.
You know what they need, right?
That was the best version. And I feel like we should have got more of that penitentiary talk. Because they're in a cage. Because they're in a cell.
That was the moment to bring it back.
We needed that penitentiary talk. We needed to come back in the penitentiary dress. Not dress as in dress, but the wardrobe that they
black. Just give me all black.
Yeah, like
I want them to come back how they was in FCW. So without the paint. So give me the Usos penitentiary. Put Tamina with them. Put Tamina with them. As a manager, and at the same time, because I'm tired of looking at them more in the tag team division, put the New Day and get Big E from behind that desk and have him manage them.
That's great. I agree with that. I just think the Usos are past the point of having a manager. Like they
not even just a manager. Let's say Tamina, like, yo, y'all been soft. Yeah, like we need to take it back how we used to be. Like
I thought it was gonna be Naomi. Like I really thought I saw this storyline where it was just like
Jay's too far gone, guys.
But is he though?
Jay is on a different stratosphere, brothers.
He thinks he's on a different stratosphere, but they turn on him every week.
It don't matter what the internet is saying. It matters when he goes to the arena and he's getting at any given night that Roman is not there. Jay gets the biggest pop.
But I think
he could get the biggest pop.
I think he can get an even bigger pop as the Usos. They can keep that theme song, make it Jimmy's too. Change up some words and get it going, man. Everybody needs a kick.
Yeah,
bring back the bloodline. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Let's just say I miss the bloodline right now. Even without Paul Heyman, you throwing Tamina and somebody in there. Bring me back the OG bloodline. Let's Solo do my family tree. I need a bloodline back. I think that's when everybody took Jimmy and Jay the most serious, and Roman was Roman. Like, I'm tired of them not acting like they don't need each other. Dog, y'all need each other. Bring it back. Let's run it back.
And I want to see. I was telling this to E and Nick a few weeks ago. I want to see Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu switch places. I know Jacob is popular, but he just hasn't been.
He a lone wolf. I gotta see him by himself.
He hasn't been as crazy to me since he turned good. Like I need him to go back to the bad Jacob and talking crazy and
I just feel like he didn't
scaring
have many
people.
moments. He didn't have many moments before after he turned good. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I would like to see him as the new leader of the NFT. And it's really simple. The NFTs keep losing.
Hills.
Let them kick Solo out. Cause Solo could be a good guy. Like, let's not forget
Yes,
when
personality.
Solo was in NXT and he was a good guy and step into Gunther and Imperium. Like he was over. You know what I'm saying? They was yelling Solo, they was yelling Bloodline and all of that. So I think Solo, he has the personality to be a good guy. And I think that opens up even some latitude for him and Jimmy to team up together, because it would make sense for them to team because they are brothers. You know, Jay could do a solo thing. It could almost be like how Demolition of Freebird rules or New Day rules with, you know, all of those guys. So
Yeah.
you know.
Solo, like for me, I know the Solo's momentum, it changed when The Rock intersected himself into the Rumble story, because he was a main character up until that point.
Yeah.
And then he just got pushed to the back, and because at that point we hadn't it'd be another month and a half before we had seen him again, and he was right there in the main event scene. So it's been tough for him to recover. I kind of like him in his role with the MFTs. He's kind of like the black sheep of his family. Like, he's surrounded all by May's family.
But remember when he was leading the MFTs, when it was him and Tama Tonga and he was leading, I think you put Jacob back into that role, make Solo a good guy. And I
like Jake. I like Jake with a lone wolf. Like, I want him to go after, like, even if he stays a face, I want him to hunt them one by one.
Now, you know what I think would work best for Jacob? Keep him as the lone wolf. Stop letting him talk.
Just let him destroy people.
No, but when he was talking, they love it. I love it. All gas, no brakes, yada yada. Hey, like,
I tell
it all of that.
The biggest mistake ever.
He's a face or a heel. Just have him come back and just have him just start smashing everybody. Get him walking into the arena. Try to ask him some questions.
I mean, it was best when he was just doing the backstage walking, like when he was just.
How about this?
Wait, okay, guys, we only got a few more minutes, so
I got bounce.
So yeah, we got like 10 minutes, and we still got to get to the senior thing real quick. So the faces, they get an advantage of WarGames. They get the brass knuckles from Logan Paul. Roman's doing all of these super punches with brass knuckles. Still not a big effect. Like, it still was nothing they could do. Ultimately, we see a masked man, and I thought this was such a cheap way to end it. Like, you don't end the WarGames with a masked man. I thought it was a cheap way to do it. We see a masked man climb. He gives CM Punk. He could have gave CM Punk or Braun Breaker a super kick. He gives it to CM Punk. Then he does a curve stomp, crawls out the ring. They pin CM Punk 1, 2, 3. It was just kind of like just a weird ending. And, you know, WarGames, you want to see somebody lose definitively, not with outside interference, and especially from an outside interferer that we don't know who it is. Drip, you said you think it's Austin Theory. That's the masked man.
Austin Theory, but I like the way it ended because the story's not over, right? I think if you would have had a definitive winner right there, wrap it up, story's over. The ending is done. I think you adding in this masked person, we don't know who he is, don't know why he did it. I think the post show helps a lot with, you know, continuing the story. When they asked Paul Heyman question, he didn't know what the hell was going on. I don't know who it is. I don't know if Logan Paul's in the vision. I think that helps progress the storyline. But we all know it's Austin Theory, guys. Like, let's wrap this up. I would have much rather respected he came in as Austin Theory, kicked him, hit him with a move, walked out with division, and then that be that. Like, why are we doing this mystery thing as if we don't know who it is?
Hey, the interesting thing about that real quick is he did the curb stomp. So he could be an undercover agent. Like, they kicked Seth out. So he could be there. They think he was rocking with them, but he's really, with Seth. And I wouldn't mind that.
Seth is really, like, he just had surgery. So he definitely wouldn't be able to climb that cage after surgery.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's such representative. I think that I think that the bad guys are comfortable, the Vision's comfortable, like, oh, we got somebody in our corner, yeah. But I think he's really there representing Seth. That's why he did a curb stomp.
I think it would have been even iller, like you said, that Seth can't climb the cage. If the guy would have just walked through the cage. Imagine if he just walks through the cage with his arm in the brace, and then he just takes it off and gives him the curb stomp and all that. That
they could have did more with it.
Or even under the sticking from under the mask, maybe some fake hair that looked like it could have been Seth's, and then do the reveal right then, and it's really Austin.
Yeah, for me, it just felt a little flat, man. I just thought it felt a little flat.
It would have been better if they would have revealed him at that point instead of him doing that and going. I think that's what messed everything up.
Just something, man. Let's get to last match. We want to talk about John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
Not really a lot of big spots to me. Go ahead. What do you say, Drip?
Dirty Dom can't do no wrong in my eyes. Everything that man does is a win for me. I love the match. I loved it. That was my favorite match of the night.
Okay, break it down. Why'd you love
it? Dirty Dom just doing Dirty Dom. Like I love the fact that he tried to I love the fact that the whole Judgment Day was involved at some point in time in the match, because we know Dirty Dom's not going to beat John Cena clean. And we know at the end of the day, John Cena's got one more match left, so he's not going to retire as Intercontinental Champion. I think this was a win-win for John Cena getting a hold of the title for a minute. It's a win for Dom because it gives him some validation and just legitimize him as a wrestler by being able to beat John Cena, even if it took the whole Judgment Day and Liv Morgan coming back. A win is a win, right? And I think just the character of Dirty Dom, that's all he cares about, is just stacking those wins. Don't care how he get them. I love the fact that, I love the little spot where Finn Balor and JD tried to do the little too sweet and flip off the rope and all of that. I think it's cool, and it kind of pissed me off because it'd be like, damn, these guys got a lot of potential to do some cool shit in the ring, right, as a tag team, and they just don't get to do it. We got to get Liv to come back so we can wrap up this whole Judgment Day storyline and let them all go off and do separate things. I'm ready for Finn to come back as being Finn and really put him in some sort of title contention place. And Dirty Dom does Dirty Dom. Like, my boy, you just gonna find a way to win. Like, Eddie Guerrero's son, right? So he gives me off that old school dirty Eddie Guerrero, but a new twist to it. And I'm just a fan of Dominic Mysterio, like in the ring and on the mic. Like, to me, he's definitely a wild card for 5 years from now with some heavyweight championships under his belt and just being that big star. I think it was a great passing of the torch for John Cena. And I'm ready to wrap this Cena farewell tour up.
Yeah, I don't think it helped anybody. I think that it's another footstep in a bad retirement tour for John Cena. This should have been, if you really wanted to put Dom over, even if he cheated, it should have been one-on-one. Maybe he would have had 2 or 3 attempts and they failed at cheating, or he cheated twice and it didn't work, Cena kicked out. And the time he didn't cheat, maybe, Cena, he pinned him clean. But it doesn't do anything for him. Like, I can see if there was a Monday Night Raw main event or a smaller PLE, but this is John Cena's last match. And
I think it's bragging rights. It's bragging rights.
It's a little cartoony.
And we know how Dom does. Dom is going to talk about this for the rest of his career.
Then I think somebody else should have been the one to take the belt off Cena. But for his last match, all of that was too much.
What's
was
his
overbooked.
last match on PLE? He has one more match coming.
It was overbooked.
Most winningest wrestler in history. How do you want him to go out with winning? We've seen John Cena do is win. Like
No,
his whole sport was the
he didn't do Dominic favors. He didn't do Dominic. That's what I'm saying. This was more of a judgment day storyline as opposed to Cena's last match. They hijacked his match. It was overbooked. A one-on-one match would have been great. I wouldn't have wanted to see all the Evolution or DX come in and jump Ric Flair during his last match with Shawn Michaels. Just give me the straight match. Now, and then why not keep the belt and lose it at your final match at Saturday Night Main Event?
No. Why? What does it mean?
That's what I'm saying.
What does it mean?
What is it? What does his last Survivor Series match mean if he's not going to be in the Survivor Series match? It was just a pointless match. Saturday Night Main Event is what they're boosting as his last match. I don't want to see him fight Jey Uso or Gunther for nothing. Dom already has a AAA belt.
Period. I think somebody needs to fake an injury and we get somebody else to wrap up his final match
and that's the problem.
I think
we have to do.
It's going to be John Cena Gunther, and it's going to be a phenomenal match. It's going to be a phenomenal match. Gunther has proven he could be in the ring with anybody and have a good match. For somebody being a super heavyweight, Gunther could get in the ring with anybody from it. It doesn't matter if it's a Javon Evans.
Dom's gonna have that belt for like another 2-3 weeks before Gunther take it off of him anyway.
Now I don't think Gunther goes back to the IC title picture. I think he goes. I think he finds back in the heavyweight. I don't think he steps a step back and go back to the IC title.
And guess what, fellas? Don't be surprised if we do have to go, but don't be surprised if we see Gunther sooner than later have a partial face turn. And we see Gunther. I think we might see Gunther and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
I would love to see that.
I think that's the match.
If nobody's ever seen I'm gonna say Face Walter on the Indies, he was incredible. Like he has his character he has to be. I get it. He's the ring general, but he is a very versatile dude, man. And I wish he gets to show it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
We got to wrap up, guys. This is it. Thank you everybody for joining up.
We gotta do this again.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for Rap on Wrestling Podcast Survivor Series. We'll be back soon. Nick 816, big up to Spiff TV, big up to Ari the Oracle, Drip. Thank you for coming. Big up to E Will. Also too, I'm sure everybody on the panel is excited. We got the news that Nas and DJ Premier are dropping an album together. It comes out on 12/12. It's called Light Years. And you know,
Nas is the GOAT.
This is what we've been waiting for since Illmatic, ever since we heard New York State of Mind. So I'm excited about that, and we'll see everybody soon, man. We appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, Rap on Wrestling Podcast. Check out my man too, BK Gutter. We did 4 remixes of a song. It's called Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. We just did a big screening for his documentary in New York. He's Conglomerate Family. Big up the bust at the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. He killed it. And
the Turtles.
Yeah, man, with the Ninja Turtles. Brooklyn Battery Tunnel is 4 remixes, and we dropped a mega remix with Busta, Mano, Rampage, Spliff Star, Tekken Steel from Smith & Wesson, Buckshot, Papoose, Big Daddy Kane,
M.O.P.
Nims, M.O.P., Rampage, The Last Boy Scout. So many. Thank you for everybody that participated in that. BK Gutter, the future. Nas and DJ Premier is the future, the past, and the present. We can't wait to hear that. I'm still rocking that Nas. I'm still rocking that De La Soul. So appreciate everybody.
All I'm rocking is Mass Appeal. Mass Appeal and Griselda.
Shout out to the 4th Row West Side Gun.
Yes, sir.